Welcome back to another wild recap. Today we're diving into a story about Formula One racing. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's get into it. The movie kicks off with the legend himself, Sonny Hayes, who's currently in the middle of doing what he does best, risking both his car and his spine in a high-speed race. One of his rivals has just overtaken him, and instead of playing it safe like a normal human with a sense of survival, Sonny decides brakes are for cowards. He pushes his car like he's trying to break the sound barrier, and his entire pit crew starts sweating harder than a student in math class. But this reckless style is exactly why Sonny is who he is. Against all odds, he takes the lead back and wins the race. The crowd cheers, his team celebrates, and Sonny? He walks away like it's just another Tuesday. Because here's the thing about Sonny Hayes, trophies mean nothing to him. Shiny cups? His only interest is in the money. As soon as the cash hits his hand, he disappears like your paycheck at the gas station. This was just a one-race deal, and Sonny is already packing his bags. Cut to Sonny hanging out at a laundromat. Enter Ruben, an old friend and current owner of an F1 team. Unfortunately for Ruben, his team is about as successful as a diet that starts on Monday. They're drowning in $300 million worth of losses and sitting dead last in the standings. If they don't win at least one of the remaining 9 races, the board will shut them down, sell the team, and probably auction off the office staplers too. So Ruben, desperate and broke, begs Sonny to join his team. But Sonny isn't interested. He's done with that life. He doesn't want trophies. He doesn't want fame. He just wants peace and laundry cycles that finish on time. Ruben tries every trick in the book, reminding Sonny that his other driver is just a rookie, and together they could make a dream team. Sonny shrugs it off, so Ruben leaves flight tickets behind anyway, hoping Sonny changes his mind. Meanwhile, we meet Ruben's rookie driver, Joshua Pierce. And let's just say Joshua looks like the kind of guy who probably Googles how to be fast. He's out practicing laps, and once he finishes, the engineers swarm his car, poking around for flaws. Kate, the team's technical director, asks Joshua for feedback, but he just stares blankly like a gamer who's never seen sunlight. He's a driver with zero technical insight, which is basically like being a chef who doesn't know what salt is. To make matters worse, Joshua's manager pulls him aside and warns him that if this team gets sold off, Joshua's career will go down faster than a cheap energy drink. So Joshua has to prove himself, or else, just when things look grim, guess who walks in? Yep, Sonny Hayes himself, looking like the ghost of F1 past. Ruben lights up like it's Christmas morning, but the rest of the team looks like they just smelled expired milk. No one wants him there, not even the team principal. Sonny, being Sonny, sets the terms. Give him Joshua's lap time. If he's even 1 second slower, he'll walk away. He studies Joshua's lap details like it's his homework, then heads onto the track. The crew, meanwhile, start placing bets, because what better way to welcome a washed-up driver than by gambling on his failure? Sonny zooms off, but immediately spins out. The crew laughs, thinking this old man is finished. But Sonny regains control and pushes forward. At first, he's slow, clumsy, and honestly embarrassing. But then, like flipping a switch, he goes full throttle in the final sector, right before slamming straight into the barrier. Everyone rushes to check if he's alive, but Sonny gets out calmly and starts pointing out flaws in the car, basically doing the engineers' jobs for them. And when his lap time comes in, he's 500 milliseconds faster than Joshua. Half a second might not sound like much, but in F1, that's basically a light year. Joshua, of course, isn't thrilled. His manager tells him to boost his public image, but Joshua goes home to his mom and Vince like a teenager grounded from his Xbox. He complains about the failing team and now having to deal with some old guy taking the spotlight. And just to rub salt in the wound, the media spreads the news. Sonny Hayes is back. The guy who had a career-ending crash 30 years ago tried to come back 10 years later that flopped, and even worked as a New York cab driver, is now joining the worst team in F1 history. It's like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement to join your local YMCA team. The press conference rolls around, and Joshua throws shade, mocking his team for hiring old men. Reporters then roast Sonny about his personal life. Gambling, 3 failed marriages, and a lifestyle that screams midlife crisis speedrun. The team's reputation is already hanging by a thread, and Sonny just tied a brick to it. Race day arrives, and surprisingly, Sonny shows up before Joshua. Joshua's mom, tired of her son's arrogance, forces him to apologize. He does, but in the fakest way possible, like a kid apologizing just to get his iPad back. Ruben introduces Sonny to Peter Banning, an investor who's actually rooting for the team, unlike everyone else on the board who just wants to bury it. The race starts, but Sonny hesitates on the formation lap, confusing everyone. Commentators assume he's forgotten how racing works. Then suddenly, he blasts forward. Turns out, he was heating his tires longer than everyone else, giving him a temporary advantage. Classic Sonny, already pulling Jedi mind tricks on the grid. He overtakes car after car, even passing a Red Bull, which is basically like dunking on LeBron James in your first game back. But the honeymoon doesn't last. Once everyone else's tires heat up, they blow past him. Pit stops come around, and Sonny's stop is slower than Joshua's, putting them head-to-head on track. Joshua demands Sonny let him pass, but Sonny's ego doesn't understand the concept of teamwork. The two battle it out, and inevitably, they crash into each other, ending both their races. Joshua storms back to the garage like a toddler denied candy, while Sonny calmly blames him for the crash. He also warns the team to never again order him to give up position. This man isn't here to play nice. He's here to burn rubber and egos. The rivalry between Sonny and Joshua heats up, but Sonny also starts focusing on Kate, the team's technical director. Not in a romantic way, at least not yet, but in a hey, let's actually make this car less garbage way. He tells her their only chance to win is in the corners, not the straights. Kate claps back, saying she'll only listen once he finishes a race. Challenge accepted. What follows is a training montage of contrasts. Joshua with fancy simulations and gadgets, and Sonny going full Rocky Balboa, relying on instincts and old-school grit. Slowly, Joshua begins to notice Sonny isn't just an old man. He's a relic of racing greatness. Next race day comes, and Joshua tries to keep things professional. But chaos strikes again. Sonny suffers a puncture, suggests switching to soft tires, but the team refuses, thinking they'll burn too quickly. Sonny ignores them, switches anyway, and then deliberately bumps another car to bring out the safety car. He repeats this trick again and again until finally Joshua sneaks in 10th place. For the first time in their history, Ruben's team finishes in the points. Everyone celebrates, but Sonny immediately kills the vibe, reminding them that celebrating 10th is like throwing a party because your Wi-Fi actually worked. Kate finally takes Sonny's advice seriously and starts redesigning the car. Italian Grand Prix rolls around, and Sonny's plan is simple. Be the clown, distract the crowd, and let Joshua shine. Sonny blocks Verstappen like a bouncer at a nightclub, giving Joshua a path to P2. But when rain pours down, Joshua ignores Sonny's advice to wait, goes for an overtake too early, and crashes hard. Sonny pulls him from the flaming wreck like an action hero, but Joshua's mom isn't impressed. She blames Sonny for pushing him too far. The media piles on, branding Sonny as reckless and dangerous. Joshua is sidelined for 3 races, while Sonny pushes forward. With Kate's tweaks, he climbs to P9, then P7, then P5, dragging this disaster of a team into actual respectability. But Joshua, instead of being inspired, grows jealous. By the time he returns, he's burning with envy. In his first race back, Joshua chases Sonny aggressively, and in pure rookie rage, crashes into him, taking Sonny out. Everyone loses it, including Sonny, who finally snaps at Joshua, telling him he's seen hundreds of so-called talents come and go, and this kid is on the fast track to being forgotten. Kate, fed up with their rivalry, tricks both of them into meeting in Las Vegas. She tells them to settle their differences over poker because apparently that's how professional race teams operate now. Joshua wins, gloats, and storms off to a sponsor party, while Sonny secretly had the winning hand all along. He later opens up to Kate about his past, confessing that once upon a time, racing gave him peace. But ever since his crash, he's been chasing that feeling again. Kate listens, but their moment is interrupted by Ruben, who drops a bombshell. Someone leaked false documents, and now their cars are under review. Surprise, they'll have to race with the old junkers. The race goes badly, Sonny crashes again, and at the hospital, Ruben reveals Sonny's medical records show he should never have been racing for the last 30 years. Ruben finally cuts him from the team. Joshua overhears and doubles down on training. Meanwhile, investor Peter swoops in, offering Sonny a deal to run a new team, then casually admits he was the one sabotaging Ruben's team in the first place. The final race approaches, and Joshua finally admits to his mom that his accident was his own fault. He embraces Sonny's old school habits and tells his manager to get lost. Sonny, against doctor's orders, comes back one last time. Good news hits. The car modifications are cleared, meaning the team gets their upgrades back. The race begins, and Sonny does what he always does: play the sacrificial lamb to boost Joshua forward. Joshua takes P1, but older tires force him to pit, losing the lead. Just when it looks over, Sonny collides with George Russell, bringing out a red flag. Everyone suspects he did it on purpose, but the review clears him. Now both he and Joshua get fresh tires. The restart is pure chaos. Hamilton leads, Leclerc in P2, Joshua and Sonny behind. Sonny helps Joshua push forward, blocking cars left and right. They both climb until only Hamilton remains. Sonny makes the ultimate sacrifice, slowing Hamilton so Joshua can pass. But in the battle, Joshua collides with Hamilton, knocking them both out. And that leaves Sonny Hayes in P1. The old man, the washed-up has-been, the guy everyone mocked, is suddenly leading the final race. He speeds across the finish line, finally feeling the peace he's been searching for his whole life. The team erupts in celebration. Ruben secures funding for the future. Peter's sabotage plan collapses. Joshua, humbled, learns respect. But Sonny? He doesn't touch the trophy. He never does. He just nods, says his goodbyes, and walks away from the sport forever. And that, my friends, is the story of Sonny Hayes, the reckless legend who turned a failing team into champions and still refused to touch a single trophy. What do you think? Was Sonny a genius strategist or just an old man with a death wish? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell harder than Sonny slammed into those barriers. Until next time, keep your engines revving and your tires hot. Wow, that recap raced past the finish line and did a perfect line and did